Hello everyone, welcome to the presentation of my new bass, which as you can see is an 8-string Ranney bass. This is a bass built by Eric Ranney, who also built a bass very close to this one to Chris Squire in the late 70s, and which Chris Squire used throughout his career, replacing the 8-string Rickenbacker that he played until that point. So this is a very similar bass to Chris's bass. In fact, the electronics are pretty much the same, the shape and the measures also. It's a little bit different concerning the color and the woods that were made. This one was made by Eric Ranney in 1983, and it's the last one that Eric Ranney built until that point. And there are very few of them. In fact, this is the only other that I know besides Chris's 8-string Ranney bass. So the woods that were used for this one are a little bit different. I had made a video about the original, let's say, Ranney bass used by Chris Squire, and this one has a walnut top that you can see here, and also you also may see that it has some layers in the middle. The whiter one is maple, and the other one is PADAUK. That's the sort of woods that were used for this bass. So this is also a neck-through body. As you can see, it has also some wood stripes that go along the neck, which are also, if I am not mistaken, also PADAUK and maybe Purple Heart. I didn't check all the info that Eric sent me, but the pickups are also built by Eric Ranney, and the controls are a little bit different, but use the same electronics, which is Bartolini, the chip preamp, which is the active circuit that is inside, and here is the cavity where the active circuit is. And so there is a 5-pole switch, which is the same as Chris Squire had in his Ranney original, a phase inversion switch, and also a switch to connect the active circuit or leave it as passive. The bridge also is similar or identical to Chris's one, which is a badass bridge, which Eric Ranney adapted to the 8-string bass. So it means that we have only one saddle for each pair of strings. Unlike the normal 8-string basses that you see, which usually have one saddle per string. So this one is easier to adjust, and at the time I mentioned in my video that Eric Ranney wanted to prove that he could achieve optimal intonation just with one saddle per pair of strings, and even Chris Squire did confirm that the intonation was really great. So you can see also the headstock, the same ice cream, let's say, ice cream shape, and the tuning machines. The finish here in the headstock is also walnut burl. And this has a metal nut here, and the strings are KALIUM strings, an 8-string set of KALIUM strings. Also the fingerboard is made of ebony and the neck is maple. The KALIUM strings was the choice of Eric's because he believes that these gauges of the KALIUM strings are more correct to use as an 8-string bass, because the ratio of the normal string to the octave string is closer to a half. The gauge of the octave string is half of the gauge of the normal string. So that's one thing that doesn't happen in the Roto Sound swing bass set for 8 strings. However, we know that Chris Squire used the Roto Sound set for his basses, and for the 8-string bass, the 8-string Roto Sound set. The strings, I have tuned them to not as a standard 8-string tuning, but for the purpose of this video I replicated the Chris Squire tuning, in which the top 2 pairs are in perfect fifths. So this is the E string, the A string, and now the D with the 5th. So you can see which gives a kind of a power chord, let's say, and the same with the G string, which has a D above it. So out of that tuning, Chris wrote many famous bass lines. Perhaps one of them I will try to play right now for you is Changes. Or also Hearts. Of course, Chris, the first time that he played the Ranney bass, it was during the sound check for the concert in which Eric Ranney gave the bass to Chris. The first impression that Chris mentioned was that the neck was very wide, and this is an interesting observation since you know Chris had really big hands, and even for him the neck width dimensions were he noticed that it was wider than usual. And I also thought about that when I tried to play this bass for the first time. And but it's something that immediately we adapt to, and the neck is very comfortable, and of course the slight extra width can also compensate for the fact that we have string pairs and not single strings, so to space the pairs you need some extra width on the neck, and you know, it really feels good, and it will feel better when I really adapt to this one. And of course I hope to make some videos to demonstrate that for you. Also, another thing that I confirm is the intonation of the strings. Chris really noticed that the intonation was very good. He said even until the last fret, and you can really verify that. So you can see that the intonation is very precise, and this is one of the great advantages of this bass. I also own another 8-string bass, and you know, to adjust 8 saddles and 8 intonation variables is difficult, and it takes twice as longer, and if not more. and this one is really simple. In fact, I had no adjustments to make here at all. But also because Eric Ranney took care of this when he shipped the bass. But it's really a very in tune setup and a characteristic of Ranney's basses. And I remember that the rig rundown that Chris made some years back. It's a video that you can see on YouTube, and he says that it's a miracle that an 8-string bass is so well in tune all over the scale, the fretboard. So my plans for this bass, of course, is to start making videos with it. I know that I'm in the middle of my criminal record saga, which I started with Statue of Justice some weeks ago. But of course that with this bass now I will start to think about a video that I still hadn't made, or a song that I still hadn't made that feature this bass. Of course, Changes is one of the songs that I'm thinking about to cover, and so we will see. I will continue to know better this great bass. I'm very happy with the sound and with the feeling of playing it, and of course it's such an historical bass because it's a rare one, and as I said, the only one that I know besides this one is Chris's. Of course, Eric may know better how many exactly were made, but he told me that it's like 1 digit, so there's really not a lot of them. So I hope you enjoyed the presentation of my new bass. I hope to do, like I said, more videos for you with this one and with the others, of course. And a very special thank you to my patrons who are supporting my music and my videos. And if you want to become my patron, please head over to patreon.com Miguel Falcão. Okay, so I will see you soon, I hope. And until then, play for Chris.